Fluffies! Today's video is going to be a little bit of a story time. This is how I discovered Lolita Fashion. This is a collaboration with a lot of other Lolita YouTubers from a new group in Facebook, Lolita Fashion YouTubers, and I will link all the other people participating with the same topic in the description, or maybe a playlist, we'll see. So this is the story of how I started Lolita Fashion and how I discovered it. So, first of all, my name is Joelle and you're watching Fluffy Kawaii Joe, the channel where I try to show you that everybody can be kawaii. I do videos on Mondays and Thursdays, so if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So, I don't remember a specific date when I discovered Lolita Fashion, but I remember that I was introduced to J Fashion when I was with my school visiting a museum, and after the museum there's always the gift shop, and in the gift shop they had books and they had the fruits magazines, and so I was flipping through, and then I saw fruits and I realized that people could dress this way and it was valid and it was okay and they were wonderful, and it opened my eyes to what fashion could be, because I was never really interested in normie fashion or mainstream fashion when I was young. When I was maybe early teenager, like 13 something, I wanted to be in fashion and be like everybody, but I could not find really cool things that really appeared to me. And I remember maybe I was 11 or 12 or something like that, and we went on vacation in Scandinavia, and I brought back pants. They were, you know, like bella shape. I don't remember how you call that, but they were tie-dye white with pink, no, maybe red, orange and yellow in it. And I remember they were my favorite pants. They were so cool. So the whole summer I wore them. I was so excited because they were so out there and so amazing. And then I wore them one day to school and people made fun of me because of course it was out of the norm. So then I was like, okay, so I won't wear that anymore, and I never ever wore them anymore. And then I guess I will fall into the trap of the H&M fashion. I don't know, in the US maybe this is trendy, but in Switzerland this is what everybody go shop when they're young, because it's cheap and it's everywhere, and H&M is like the basic fashion, mainstream fashion for everybody. So I fell into the trap of fast fashion and wanted to look like everybody, and you know, but not really being interested in that kind of fashion. But then, okay, so this is when I discovered it, and then I went to Japan. First time was when I was studying, so maybe I was 20 something. First time I went, I don't remember exactly. I went 6 times in total, but first time I went, of course I went to Harajuku and I fell in love with Harajuku and the fashion, and it was really great. I bought stuff there. I bought stuff more like fairy K or pastel things like that, and some things at Borderline, I guess I could sew something like that. But at that time, I think before I went to Japan, I had already looked in the internet about, I don't know where I got the Lolita Fashion, because in fruits it was never mentioned Lolita or anything, you know, it's just those kinds of fashion, so many different styles, and maybe we're looking Japanese fashion or Harajuku, whatever, I don't remember what I looked for, but I found Lolita Fashion, and so I decided that it was very cool, and I started collecting pictures of that. That was, when I was a kid, I cut things out of magazine that I liked, and then when I was older and internet arrived, I know you guys are all very young, but I was 15 when I first encountered the internet, and or maybe 13, and it was the very beginning. Anyways, so I started filling those floppy disk, like, I think we had 1.4 megabytes on that, I don't remember, something like that. And so I would put 1 or 2 big photos or smaller photos on those, and I had many to collect all my photos. That's just that's just how it was back in the days when I was young. Anyways, I would collect photos about Lolita Fashion, and it was mostly old school, I would say, like known prints and stuff. But then I don't know if it's the first time or the other times that I went to Japan, maybe second time. I remember going to AP and they had one of the super iconic prints that is not coming back to my mind at the start, and I was like, oh my god, it's so pretty, I love the prints, it's so amazing, but it's so expensive and I don't have that kind of money as a normie person going to Japan and finding that really cool thing. I was not going to put like $200 or $300 into that at that point. And then I went to Bodyline, and I remember I saw the prints. I said, oh, they also have prints, but they're not as cute. And I bought my first ever piece of Lolita. It was actually a skirt from Bodyline, and it's a velvet skirt. I can show it to you a picture of that. It's not print, so it's very pretty, it's very sturdy. I paid it only like $40, and so I was so happy to have a piece of real Lolita to wear. And I was not thinking about replicas or anything at that point. I think this is a design replica from AP, at least AP has a very similar cut, but then it's not a print, so I mean, at the time I did not know about that kind of stuff, and I was so happy. And I actually still own that piece and I'm still wearing it sometimes. It's very tight, even though I don't remember which size I took, but it's still tight, but I still wear it and it's very nice. So I'm still happy that my first ever piece, I could still buy it. But then I had this Lolita piece, but I had no occasions to wear it. So then I would go to with my friends, I would go to anime conventions, and instead of just going in normie clothes, I said, let's dress in Lolita. So I had this skirt, but I had nothing else. So the first time I tried to find some kind of matching shoes. It's kind of it's maroon, so I had brown shoes that were a little bit like old school, and I thought it would look okay with that. But then the dress itself has some kind of built-in petty, so it's not that flat. But still, I think I put other dresses under, or the skirts under, to make it look more poofy, because I did not have a petticoat. And then I had just a blouse that maybe I had thrifted, maybe like a vintage blouse or something like that. I think I had first, but I did not find that bag. And then at some point I bought another dress and another blouse at a normie store. Don't remember which one it was, but something like H&M. And it was vaguely done cute, like a Peter Pan color, but not even, I don't remember. And I remember maybe it had some kind of a black velvet bow or something like that. So I bought some maroon bow, and I think I changed it and also made something on the wrist with that, but it was really simple, no ruffles, or maybe simple ruffles but no lace. I don't remember. It was really simple, and it had black buttons, and I remember me wanting to change the buttons, but I never ended up doing that. And I had no tights or anything, and nothing in my hair, and I would wear my natural hair or something, but I was wearing Lolita, yay! And so, oh yeah, and I made a necklace to go with that. That was actually really nice, I think. Oh no, I had something for my hair. I bought actually in Japan also the base that is with a metallic thing that you can make a shape to make rectangular headdress, like, you know, the maxi pad headdress, and I made that to go with it. But it would be really weird with my super thin natural hair. It would look way better with bigger hair or a wig or something. So I was very machita at the time, and I did this Lolita coordinate for maybe 5 years or something, or me just wearing that to convention, maybe once or twice a year, and I was what we call conlitas because I was only wearing that at conventions and I did not know any other Lolitas. I did not even look for other Lolitas. I was just going with my friends and we were doing that. And I don't remember the timeline exactly, but also I remember looking for coats in shops, and the problem is that I have very big shoulders and bust, but short hair, short arms, and I'm usually, yeah, I'm not proportionate like the regular Swiss people. I don't know if anybody is, but I could not find a coat that was big enough for me, that was not like 4XL, that I would fit in and that would not be that much longer on the arms, because of course if you have more bust you have way longer arms. Why do people do that? To just add more centimeters everywhere? I understand maybe for the length, but not even. Maybe if you're plus size, you want to cover more of your body in the length, I could understand that. But you're not taller because you're bigger. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, I could not find a coat, regular fashion coat in stores that I fit. So then I remember seeing very cute Lolita coats. So I went on eBay and I found some factory shop, whatever, that could do custom sizing coats, and I found one that was so pretty. It was all white with the pink fur, and I ordered it and I was so happy, and it was my main coat for whole winter for so many years. I think, wait, did I had only just 2 of them, and when I changed this one then I made it a purple one, maybe, and then I just got this one, so maybe at least 5 years. So then it was so dirty, so maybe a little bit small, I don't know, and I bought another coat. And I was still in the Conlita phase. And I bought this second coat that was dark purple with white fur, and it was so pretty with bows everywhere and everything. And then I can refer to another video, like the story of how I started Fluffy Tory. I wanted to change that coat, and that led to me starting my brand. I will link up there so you can hear the whole story because it's ridiculously long. And at that point, I was coaching cheerleading full-time. And not full-time, I have my brand of cheerleading uniforms, and I was coaching cheerleading all the time, like each evening, almost like 3-4 times a week. And then on weekends we had competitions or camps or whatever. So cheerleading was my whole life. My business was my whole life. I had no personal life. And one thing led to another. I stopped coaching because we had more coaches, less teams. My private group that I was coaching stopped, whatever. One day to the next, I was free. And so that's when I started maybe getting back more to Lolita, because I had more time and I remembered this was cool, this was something that I wanted to do. And while I was starting my own brand and researching, I looked at the Swiss community and I saw that there were other people. And then I remember that I was starting my brand, just researching it. It was before the big convention, so I had maybe a little bit more. Oh yeah, I remember I bought stuff from Milanu. So the first Milanu order I made was a bag, shoes, and a very crappy petticoat. Also another video about that. And that the shoes were pink, and I thought pink is more my color, so why not buy pink shoes? But my dress was maroon. I did not care, I wore that together. And then I talked to all the Lolitas at the convention, and I had a little form like, what kind of Lolita fashion do you like? What type of colors, cut, whatever, to research for my brand. And at that time my coordinate was kind of a little bit better than what I had before, but still pink shoes to my Lolita coordinate. The rest was kind of well coordinated, but not the shoes. There were Lolita shoes, but not the right color. So anyway. And And then I met some people there, and then at some point I also invited some people from the Swiss community. I was not even really active in that, to my brand when I got the first samples to show them, and because I was not really active in Lolita, to show them, what do you think? Is it good? Whatever. And I was not really wearing Lolita or anything when I actually started Fluffy Tory. And I mean, I had been wearing it for 10 years, but just that one fake ugly cord in it. And then I started to enter the community, the group, and people were making meetups, and then I had been back to Japan. I had decided to buy more stuff, and I had been to conventions, so I had a little bit more dresses. I bought my first AP dress, I think, in Closet Child in Japan. So this is maybe 2015, 16, something like that, that I started buying more dresses. And then at the time I started attending community things in my, meetups in my community. I think my first one was one in the snow. It was so cool in Geneva. And then I had been also to big tea parties because of I had my brand, but I was still wearing my brand, so that was really weird. And so since that point, I would say 2016, now it's been like 4 or 5 years, I just never looked back and kept buying dresses and kept going to meetups and kept meeting so many people because of my brand and because of meetups and because of my YouTube channel that had started also around that time, end of 2016. And then I was wearing Lolita so much because of all that activity that I was doing, because of all the Lolita content that I was creating on YouTube, that then I grew so much faster than if I just had one meetup every 2 months or something like that, because I did not have that many occasions to wear it. And so yeah, at the moment I have about 40 to 50 dresses, I think. And yeah, I don't really plan to stop buying them, but I like to sell the dresses that I don't wear that much and really make my wardrobe turn and have only stuff that I'm wearing. And I'm wearing a lot different coordinates all the time, because when I'm making videos, usually I make a new coordinate for each new video, so it's many occasions of wearing my dresses many different ways also, all of that. So yeah, basically this is my story of how I got into Lolita, and I don't plan to stop, and I love that, and this has become my most passion and hobby and life now because of my brand and my YouTube channel, and I'm only doing Lolita all the time, and cheerleading used to be everything for me then, and now it's Lolita. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my story. I think it's different from what I actually told here before, so I think it's cool for you to hear my Ita face. And if I can find pictures, I will put pictures of me being Ita in this video. I think it will be nice for you guys to see that. And go watch the other people doing the same prompt and story of how they got into Lolita in the description. I'll put so many there. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, everybody can be kawaii. Bye bye!